Hi guys, it's Sissy. Hey, I'm coming on today to share these two decks with you. They're by the same creator or artist. His name is actually like Zhao Chen or Zhou Chen. I'm not sure how you say it. It's Zhao, but he's out of China and he says he's collected like 1,000 or so vintage decks, and he's done some restoration decks, which these happen to be two of them. Okay, I've had these for, I want to say, like 4 or 5 months, and I've been using them, but I put them in order so I could show you the difference of them. I ended up getting this one first, Theodore Dodi, 1845, right? Milan, Italy. And maybe not necessarily Milan, but I think it was, but Italy nonetheless, 1845. But then I seen this one, 1810, and it said Fernando Gupenberg and Carlo della Rocca, which Carlo della Rocca is the one who made the Sopraffino, right? Which these are. Which I know Della Rocca was a Milanese artist. So I don't know if that's where, yeah, Tarocchi Milanesi came in, right? And then later ended up becoming known as the Sopraffino because that means like super fine or super elegant or something like that. Because when this deck came out, people were like, this is the most beautiful deck ever, right? Which Italian decks are known to be very beautiful. But here is the thing, which I'm assuming maybe he knows more than I know since he's the creator, but it says 1810 on the Gupenberg Della Rocca one, right? Which I know Della Rocca's Sopraffino or Tarot Milanese did not get released until like 1830 or 35, somewhere around there. So I don't know where this 1810 comes from, but I will tell you, I do. Oh yeah, I know I put it to the side so I could show it. This is the Ancient Tarot of Lombardy. And this was done by Ferdinando Gupenberg. It says Milano 1810. So I know that he put this one out in 1810. A quick little story that you guys might be interested in is during the early 1800s, Napoleon, he had, I guess, invaded Italy, Milan area there. Well, Lombardy area. Look, I'm not a history buff when it comes to like Italy or places outside my country, but I'm pretty sure that Napoleon was there with his wife Josephine, I believe, and there was a card factory there, and Gutenberg was like the director of it or something, like the head of the company while Napoleon was there, right? Isn't that pretty cool? But anyway, the card factory shut down and Gutenberg ended up buying it like around 1814 or something like that. And so it was Gutenberg's card company. But then he like contacted Carlo della Rocca, you know, around 1830s or whatever. And I'm pretty sure, you know what? Hold on a second. I didn't want to make this a big long thing, but okay. I pulled these two out real quick. This is the Tarocco Sopraffino. This is by Lo Scarabeo. And it says Milano 1830 on it, right? And then this is my Sopraffino from Il Meneghello, right? And it says 1835. So, like I said, there's a discrepancy, 1830, 1835, right? But what I wanted to show you on this Ancient Tarot of Lombardy, by Gutenberg in 1810. This is a beautiful deck. I really like this deck. It's a pip deck, and it's just, look at the sun and the moon and the 4 of cups. But yeah, it's just a beautiful deck. Very beautiful pip deck from the early 1800s, right? Yeah, and this was put out, was this Lo Scarabeo? I know it's probably, oh, yes, it is Lo Scarabeo. Okay. But yeah, so this is a beaut right here. But, yes. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I know for a fact that this one, there's the backs, was put out by Gutenberg in 1810 from the factory that Napoleon was running back then. Well, you know, it was his say-so, I guess, what cards came out or whatever. But anyway, I did try to find out, like I said, about the date, this 1810, and I don't find anything where the Sopraffino. I find 1830, 1835, and like the Tarot Classic. We have the Tarot Classic, which I only have it in this pocket size. It has the star on the back of the cards there. But this is a Sopraffino deck, right? See that? Very nice, right? And then, I'm just showing real quick just to show you all the ways the Sopraffino has come out. And this is one of my favorites, the Ancient Italian Tarot. This is a Lo Scarabeo too, I believe. My box is put up, although I do have a backup of this, but this is a beautiful deck too. Very, very beautiful. And I love this one, like, stays true to the original. And what I mean by the original, which in this case is going to be the 1810, right? Because this is the Gutenberg della Rocca, and this is the Theodore Doty, right? But one of my favorite things about the original Sopraffino is the Death card and the Wheel of Fortune card, which, let me see, I'm sure I passed it. I did. I want to show you with this because it's easier to see, so hold on a sec. Let me get it, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Okay. You see how the Wheel of Fortune, which that's Jupiter at his lightning rod, and we have the incense, but I think the incense is on a lot of the Milanesi or Sopraffinos. But you have Jupiter, he's releasing like all these good things, like there's a crown, there's jewelry, you know, just like material goods, right? Where in most the Wheel of Fortunes, it's releasing like wheat or something like that. But then also, when you have Jupiter doing that, and the Death card, instead of the Death card sweeping up bones, he's sweeping up these material things that you've acquired over your lifetime, which I think really technically is supposed to stand for like vanity and like that line, you know. But I love it because, like, if you just get this in like a regular reading, it could be like decluttering or anything. But yeah, this is my favorite. I love when the skeleton is using his scythe like a broom to sweep up all these material goods. And you can see like a paint palette, a book, some gold and jewelry, boxes, music, swords. So yeah, so I love that. And the original Milanesi, it has this on it. That's why I say this like stays true to the original Sopraffino, because of the Jupiter material or goods coming down the wheel and then death sweeping them away. Where this one is the wheat coming from the wheel and death is sweeping up bones, which I will make a note of that when we get to it. But I thought we would compare the two. I'll just go through them. Like I'll put some music on and just flip through them so you can see what the difference is. And it's a very slight difference. Like the features of the people may be different. The hair color may be different. Which in the original, the kings and the cups and the coins are gray hair older men, which I love that. Which in the swords and the wands, they are still older men, but they're like not gray hair old. They're older with darker hair. So that's very cool. So yeah, the original is like my favorite. That's why I love this ancient Italian. Oh yeah, and the devil is the older devil too, which is also in the original. There's the devil with his monsters, and he's holding his fist up to somebody off the screen who you can't see, or it could be the card next to this one, which is really cool. I love this devil. So anyway, yeah, this is a great deck. If you don't have it, you should have it. The Ancient Italian Tarot. And this was put out by an Italian group like Sorrento, or it's been a while since I read the articles about all where I went down a rabbit hole with the whole Gutenberg and Della Rocca and all that. But this Sorrento was a card manufacturer that started, and they were around for like 100 years themselves. They didn't end up closing until I think like the 2000s, maybe. I don't even know. I might be wrong about that, 1900 somewhere. But they were around, theirs was like 18, it was after the Doty one, like a little bit after, not much after, like 18. Oh, I'm not even going to guess, guys, because I can't remember, but they put out this ancient Italian deck, okay? So they stayed true to the original Sopraffino, which I love. Okay, I'm going to put all my Sopraffinos away. And like I told you, I have one by Giordano Berti. What one was that? It's a Milanesi tarot by Giordano Berti, which I see it. I'm going to grab it. Oh, it's this one right here. This is Eduardo Doty. This is Theodore Doty's son, right? And this is by Giordano Berti. And it's, oh, it's so good too. Let me see what date he put, just so we can see. Oops. What the heck, sis? Okay, let me put this. His says, oh, okay, 1862, Fratelli Doty, Milano. Okay, so this is Giordano Berti, right? Beautiful deck. I love this one so much. And I'm pretty sure this is the old, I mean, the, not the original Will and Death that I like. I'm pretty sure because it's older, but let me see. Let me check real quick. I'm curious now. This is a beautiful deck. I love the cardstock. Giordano Berti. Oh my God, I love his decks. I'm obsessed with his decks at the moment. I have several. So, all right. So sorry, you all know the drill. Okay, yeah. So see, death is sweeping up bones in this one. So I don't know why that got changed, and I'm pretty sure the devil is with the two creatures, or I gotta check now. I just want you guys to see how beautiful this is. Yeah, this is more like Theodore Doty's right here, which would make sense since this was his son's, I believe. 62, that would be Eduardo, I would believe, his son. Let's see here. Oh, this cardstock is so scrumptious. Let's see. Am I? Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, so is the devil with the two little creatures, right? The little demons with him, where the original one is the devil with his like monster and waving his fist about, right? But oh, look at this. Look at the colors in this. Absolutely love. So there are different versions of the Sopraffino, right? Beautiful. Look at the back of this. Oh, I love this one. I just keep this in there to kind of protect it. But yeah, so this is by Giordano Berti. And it's the Eduardo Doty, 1862. And here we have 1845, which is his father, Theodore Doty. His father. His father. Okay. All right, I'm going to put these away. Okay, like I said, I got this one first, and then I seen the 1810 with Gutenberg and Della Rocca, and I was like, I got to get this, see what this is about. Now, I will tell you the original one, even though that date, I'm not sure what Chen was thinking when he put that, but he must have his reasons for it, right? Maybe that was the time Milanesi artists were coming out or something. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing at this point. But anyway, this one is a little more flamboyant, more, more Italian, beautiful, like where this one is too. Like if you didn't know what you were looking for, you would just think, oh yeah, they're the same. But there are slight differences, like facial features, like the people, the hair, maybe not as flamboyant looking costumes on or whatever. But it was the sign of the times, right? It was why things changed. But anyway, I'm going to quit babbling on. I'm going to take them out and then just compare them so you can see what they're like, okay? All right. I love these two decks. If you like the Sopraffino, which I do want to say, I like transition, like Rider-Waite-Smith is like my #1 love. I have tons of Rider-Waite-Smith decks with Pixie's artwork, right? And I started working like with Pagan Otherworlds and some other Pippi decks. And Pagan Otherworlds is like, I still use that deck now. It sits on my desk. But I like kind of transition from Rider-Waite-Smith to Pagan Otherworlds. And then that led me into Italian decks. And which you all know I love the Tarot Classic, which I have right here. My French version of the Tarot Classic. This is AGM, Stuart Kaplan. Oh, love this deck, right? But anyway, my point was that, like, using the Pagan Otherworlds, and then I started getting into, like, the Sopraffino, Milanesi decks, and, Italian decks in general, because they're so beautiful. It's easier to go from, like, Rider-Waite-Smith, where you have these illustrated, like, minors and go into Italian decks because they're so beautiful instead of going into Marseille first. Although I love Marseille now. I'm like obsessed with Marseille. And of course, the Italian decks will always be like my favorite. But there I am babbling. But I just wanted you to know like how I like transitioned into Pip decks was going from Rider-Waite-Smith into like Pagan Otherworlds and those types of decks, and then into Italian decks, and then into Marseille. And I tell you what, I have I mean, I'm telling you, thousands, in the thousands of decks, right? I have everything you could think of, and I've always loved using them, but for the last year, I have basically only been reading with, as far as tarot goes, is my Rider-Waite-Smith, which I absolutely love. The Centennial, I'm obsessed with it. Although I did get the, what is it, the Golden Tarot by Daniel Martin Diaz, which I really do enjoy that too. I didn't think because of the backs. I thought that I wasn't going to, I love the backs on that deck. But there I go again. But anyway, yeah, so like if you want to go from Rider-Waite-Smith, like if you're wanting to like get into maybe pip decks, like maybe start your way into like maybe Pagan Otherworlds and then into Italian decks. I mean, that's what worked for me. And now I just love them all. Okay, and Rider-Waite-Smith and Marseille and Italian decks, they're like that's what I use all the time. And of course, I do use my Oracle decks all the time. I love my Oracles. But anyway, we're going to take a look at these so you can see them, because I know you're going to want to get your hands on these. They're so adorable. And I think he said they're German black core cardstock. I'm pretty sure that's what he says. But it's Tarot Revive. I think tarotrevive.com is his website. And he has another deck that he's restoring that I definitely want to get. It's on his site. But again, look at this beautiful box. And he tells you on here that he has collected and purchased over 1,000 vintage decks and cards from all over the world, right? And he's restored them. He's like a photo restorer or something. So anyway, yeah, so he knows what he's doing as far as the cards go, right? So here's this one, right? I'm going to sit this right here. Oh, look at that. It has the little blue flowers and dots on the back, right? Which I am in the middle of making a tarot bag for this one. This is my favorite, although they're both beautiful, right? So this is the Gutenberg Della Rocca one. Della Rocca. And then this one is the Theodore Doty. Right here. And this has the pinkish red flowers and dots on the back, which they're slightly bigger than these. Beautiful. But you'll see very slight differences, okay? I will turn some music on and just flip these, but I want you to see real quick. You can see the guys are slightly different. Their hats are different. The dogs are different. Well, in a different spot, basically. But he has like an M on the back of his jacket. He has a P. So, all right. So we'll flip through and see which one you like the best. Okay, so what did you think? Which one was your favorite? Oh my god, these are so great. And they riffle and bridge so good. Yes, I love them both. I think they're adorable. I love the size. Oh, Sopraffino decks are always this size. Where, of course, my Italian one. But I will show you here so you can see. Yes, they shuffle so nicely. All right, so again, this is the Tarocco Milanesi with Fernando Guppenberg and Carlo Della Rocca. And then this one is the Tarocchi Milanesi, Theodore Dodi, 1845. Again, I will put Chen. I don't know. I'm trying to pronounce it with, you know, American English here. So I could be totally saying it wrong, but I will put all his info in the description box down below. These are adorable. I love them. And watch out for him because he's got another deck that's out, which at this moment I can't remember what it is. If I think about it, I'll put it up on the screen. But go check his site out. He's probably going to be restoring several vintage type decks. And they're very reasonably priced. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. And I will talk to you all again real soon. Bye-bye.